Hi, welcome to MC The Accountant Shares. So for this day, I'm going to discuss and share to you about the stairway of a certified public accountant. So you can see that on the screen as to the clip from the book. Now, forgive me guys if there are some noises around me. It's just that even on a Sunday, there are still works to be done. So I'm in a place that my neighbors are actually on commercial areas, so you can just hear some sounds. Hopefully that I am still hearable by you. Anyhow, let's just continue and please bear with me. So you can see here on the stairway of a certified public accountant, the stairway, of course, there are steps to be obtained. So for us to be able to achieve our goal, which is to become a CPA, we need to undergo or we need to be able to go over or go into those particular steps. So that's why you can see here the man, or let's just say it could be you or me, going up there on the ladder or stairs. Now, in order for us to be able to go to our goal or achieve it, we need to first pursue an accounting education. So meaning we need to enroll ourselves to BS accountancy. Now, normally to be able to be officially enrolled, there would be IQ examinations. IQ means intelligence quotient. Now, the IQ exam would test normally your competencies in terms of general matters like numbers or numeric, your verbal reasoning, your abstract reasoning, and then there would also be other items to be included there on the examinations. So in that particular case, it's not going to be accounting yet. It's just the IQ overall assessment so far from your subjects learned from different areas or subjects from elementary to high school. So there would be IQ exam, and normally you need to be able to have average as your result on the four areas. So depending also on the institution or academe. However, because of this pandemic, so it's possible that such could be waived, right? Or such could be done on a separate occasion. Not now because we cannot hold certain IQ examinations or assessment in school, right? Because it's so challenging, it's so risky for students to be exposed to the virus. Of course, you know what I mean. So we need IQ exam. We need also our records to be enrolled. Normally, we need our card or high school report card. We need also the good moral character certificate and the NSO, now PSA, of course, Philippine Statistics Authority birth certificate. All right. Although for some, they're going to waive some requirements just for you to be enrolled. So I don't know, depending on the school. Anyway, so I'm just talking it based on my experience. Now, as said here, a student in accounting is a good learner. So when you say good learner, meaning he is diligent, persevering, patient, disciplined, and hardworking. So diligent, there are some things, there are some details, some lessons that we have to undergo that we need to know. So we need to be religious about what we are doing. That's what diligence is all about, or being diligent. Persevering, so despite the challenges, despite some odds or negative circumstances, still we are going to continue or push through. Patient is, of course, having the allowance on our end. Example, things wouldn't go our way sometimes, but we are going to look for ways to be able to adjust to the circumstances. And then disciplined, because sometimes it's not just about being in love about what we are doing, but also about doing it consistently, have the perseverance also as being said despite the challenges, and just continue and go on despite the challenges, and hard working. So we need to be really hitting the goal. We need to be serious about what we are doing. Although some would say now it's working smart, not just working hard. And we also work happily. So happily working, right? Because we are enjoying what we are doing. Okay. So he's always a student, not a pupil. What I actually think about this one, I don't know if you agree with me, but then if, for example, it is said you are a student, not a pupil, meaning if you're just a pupil, you are just going to receive whatever is given on you, whatever is spoon fed on you. So just an empty vessel or container wherein when we pour something on it, so it will just receive. However, you can just notice that whenever the container gets full, so the material or content would go out or pour out of the container. So we need to adjust. And that's where learner comes. A learner knows how to adjust, be flexible about certain situations. If there is just one container, then make use of another container. If it's small, then make it big. That's how it is. So that's what a learner is all about. And a student, of course, not just a pupil. Although for some in academic parlance, they would say that the pupil would be the young learners and the adult learners would be student. Also, I'm okay with that because for sure to be able to go to college, you need to be at least 18 years old nowadays, especially coming from senior high school. Then after that is you need to pass all subjects prescribed. So this means that there are also a lot of subjects to be offered in the program or course, not only the accounting subjects, but also the so-called general education subjects. Your other subjects will be known as professional education subjects or prof ed, while the others like English, mathematics, logic, those are gen ed, general education subjects. Now, just so you know why those subjects are there. Of course, they are needed. Example, we need to understand what we are reading in accounting, what language is used, what is the medium of instruction, just like I'm talking here. It's English, so that's why I'm talking in English, because we want that everybody can get it, can understand, not just one person, right? If you have some clarifications, you can put that in the comment section. I would be glad to answer your query, or I can put that in my next video. Okay, so we need the mathematics that's needed. We deal with numbers and accounting, and logic. We need logical reasoning. So we need to be able to pass those subjects. Otherwise, we cannot move on to the next levels or semesters, aside from knowing our professional subjects. So we need to do well, especially in these three, because these three subjects would involve skills in communication, in reading comprehension, in numbers, and critical thinking, which are very needed in order for us to survive with our other subjects. So after that, after we have underwent through the 4 years, or for some 5 years, some 4 years with summers, then we are now able to graduate BS accountancy. Yay! So you now here have the hat on your head and your toga. So unfortunately, a lot of graduates did not experience because of the pandemic their graduation. So hopefully they will have there soon. They can still participate with the next series of graduation. So after that, we now have the degree. This is one of the requirements for us to be able to take the CPA board examination. Now, after that, we need also the formal review. Now, for some schools, which is also being suggested that there would be integrated review. which is very good. In the curriculum, meaning the review is already incorporated to it based on the board subjects. So the board subjects basically are now six. So we have the financial accounting and reporting, advanced financial accounting and reporting, taxation. You have the business framework for the regulations or regulatory framework for business. And then you also have the management, accounting, and control and auditing. So there are six of them. Before, those are actually like eight and seven. So we might discuss that in other video. And then those are the six pattern board subjects now. And they are the subjects to be taken by the students in the integrated review. So I don't know if some schools do not have integrated review yet. So probably this is the reason why the formal review is after the graduation of accountancy. Now I understand because this source is from the book of Edwin Valencia, a very great CPA, I would say iconic, I would say well versed because he has his books. I would say also a genius in his own right. You can just look at his information at the back of the book and wow, summa cum laude and so on. Anyway, so much and multiple degrees by the way. So you can research about that. Very inspirational man, I would say, but rest in peace, he's already dead. Anyway, so I'm thinking this is again the old one, but for the new one, it should be prior here and then graduation afterwards. So after the graduation, some would be taking another review, which is already outside the school, but others upon graduation, they are ready to take the CPA board exam. So, and this is the time that we guys would have to secure our requirements, payments to PRC Professional Regulations Commission, and now we are ready to take the CPA board examination. So let's just say we are hoping that we will pass the CPA board examination or licensure examination, and this is a prerequisite for us to enter into the accountancy profession because we cannot call ourselves accountants really certified if we do not pass such state regulated board examination. So you might call yourself an accountant even if you are not a CPA, but then you are not recognized by the state. So that's how powerful it is in the Philippines. I understand that in other countries, there are certifications and they also hold much entitlement to that. But in Philippines, we don't reach to that level yet. No offense meant, guys. Okay, so after that, the goal is to be a professional and there are the areas. So we can be on the education or academe. So remember the areas, the four areas. We have the commerce and industry, public, then academe or education, and the government. So commerce and industry is also known as private. And we can be on international. So this is going to be in multinational corporations. So several branches would be placed in different geographical locations for a certain corporation. Then financial accounting for, let's say, auditing firms, public, yeah, auditing firms, internal auditing. So you will be within the organization about taxes, about putting systems, how information will be processed, the determination of the cost, managing the resources of the business, the government, and for organizations which are not for profit. So meaning other than businesses. So these are now the areas. And we are able to attain the goal, the set goal that we just set up a while ago. All right. So that's it, guys, for our stairs. So I'm wishing everyone to have the said determination to be able to achieve the career that they wanted to, especially for accountancy. And then allow me to end this session by following the discussion and illustration of rest in peace, RIP, again, Edwin Valencia. That is for a saying coming from Lao Tzu. So of course the spelling is loud. This is correct, but this is TZU, right? But it is pronounced by a lot of speakers as Lao Tzu. Anyway, Lao Tzu said, the journey of 1,000 miles begins with one step. That's correct. We need to take things rather one step at a time. We need to enjoy the process because the process is part of the goal, meaning we do not just think of the goal without enjoying and celebrating the small successes that we obtained along the way. Because those processes, those little minute moments are very needed for us to be able to appreciate what's coming into or what's in store for us in the career. And I'll just tell you guys that there's so much in store for us and for you guys should you proceed, should you pursue the accounting career. So many career paths for you. We can even go worldwide or internationally speaking because we are now going into ASEAN integration wherein there would be CPAs that would be recognized and can practice throughout the ASEAN member countries. So you can just imagine. Anyway, so all right. Thank you very much for listening to me, guys. And hopefully you learned something to this session. You can also comment under the comment section as to what could be the possible topic that I'm going to discuss, but I'm still going to research because for now I'm just like looking for whatever important information that I can share to you. And then see you in my channel and I'll see you next time. Bye for now. Bye.